Today I'm going to share with you my story of how I transformed my body in my late 40s, making some simple changes in my diet and exercise routine. So let's get started because my journey can help you too. As a coach and nutritionist, I always assumed that I was in good shape, and most of the time that was the case. But around the time I was about 46, 47 years old, I had a bit of a hard time. I was feeling down, unmotivated. I did very light and minimal workouts, not pushing myself, and my eating habits were not the best. Now, for the average person out there, I was looking pretty good, especially considering that I was in my late 40s. You see, what I didn't realize was that I was way into perimenopause, which started affecting my mood and feelings. I was so busy working and helping others get their life in grip, but I neglected to look into mine. I had developed some very unhealthy habits. I was eating a muffin for breakfast every single day. I knew that eating a muffin was not the best, especially coming from the McDonald's. It was full of sugar, saturated fat, you name it. And the worst part, it was making me hungry a few hours later. So I had to eat a second breakfast, like an hour or two after that. My snacks were also not good. I was eating a yogurt with fruits, which is loaded with sugars, and made me bloated. Then in the evening, I would have some wine with pretzels and peanuts. And although I knew that was not good for me, I kept doing it for months. Although my weight didn't go up a lot, about 3 kilos, which is 4 to 5 pounds, I knew I had to change things because I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling comfortable at all. And that was affecting me mentally as well. I was saying to myself that I would stop the next day, but I never really made that conscious decision. You see, motivation doesn't really last, and usually when the first difficulty disappears, we tend to abandon. So for me, it was crucial to apply discipline, and that was the only way I could get out of this self-destructing cycle, bad eating habits, the drinking alcohol, the eating muffins, the high sugar snacks, that made me really tired. Once I faced the facts and took that decision, I set the plan of action and I swore to myself I'll stick to it no matter what. So the first thing I did was to stop my morning muffins, which was relatively easy, believe it or not, because I didn't have them in the house and I had to go out and buy them. So I replaced that with an oatmeal in which I added unsweetened cranberries, added a little bit of the fruity taste, and also gave me that bit of sweetness. I also put a bit of cinnamon in there to improve the taste and regulate also the blood sugar. So you see, when we are over 40, we are already in perimenopause, which means that our female hormones are dropping constantly every year. But also many other hormones are affected as well. So, and one of them, it's insulin. We tend to become insulin resistant. This means that our cells have difficulty getting the insulin out of the blood, and the pancreas has to make more of it all the time. So this makes weight loss even more difficult. So if you find yourself right now like craving sweets and carbohydrates more than usual, that might be the issue. You might have become insulin resistant. In my morning oatmeal, I also added a scoop of protein powder to increase my protein intake and keep me more satisfied. This also adds some sweetness. That was perfect for me. I used soy milk, not the regular milk, because the regular milk made me bloated. I had difficulty digesting, and the soy milk, it's especially important for us who are over 40 because it contains isoflavones, that is, our body recognizes as a form of estrogen. In other words, it reduces the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause, and it's high in protein and omega-3 fatty acids. So this breakfast, it's high in fiber, high in protein, complex carbs, and it's very low in fat. And it became my go-to breakfast. So the second thing that I eliminated from my diet was the fruity yogurts, which I had usually for snack. And that's also very, very high in sugars, and it made me bloated, and that bloating disappeared, and I was more energetic. My mood improved as well, and I replaced the snack by using like rice cakes with hummus and egg white or a whole egg. The third thing I did, I increased veggies and protein. Although I was eating already enough veggies, but I made like big salad bowls and a big chunk of protein, like a chicken breast. And that was a game changer for me. First of all, I was feeling satisfied and more energetic. My skin started looking better. I reduced cellulite, getting a lot more fiber, which is very important, especially in our age. It regulates digestion, it helps eliminate toxins, it facilitates hormonal response because the gut is in better balance. Now, when it comes to my evening wine tasting, I knew that when I was having a glass of wine, I wanted to eat something like peanuts or pretzels, which was not serving my purpose at all. And this is what I did to tackle this problem. So I decided to stop drinking the entire week. I could have a glass of wine on the weekend when I was going out with my husband for lunch. And that worked pretty well because I wasn't feeling completely deprived. I could have my glass of wine if I wanted to. I was doing that for lunch because like this, I was having enough time afterwards, you know, to go for a walk or to be active, to go shopping and not go back at home and just sit around and then go to bed. And in about 2 weeks' time, that became pretty normal eating cycle for me. And I started feeling like my old self again. The fact that I eliminated sugars, artificial sweeteners, dairy, and I reduced alcohol to the minimum helped my body reduce inflammation and water retention, which translated in weight loss. At perimenopause and menopause, inflammation is a big problem and it brings our hormones, our digestive system, and sleep totally out of control. For me, this entire eating change was not so much about weight loss, which I did. I mostly wanted to set a good lifestyle for the next step, which was menopause, and was coming even though I wasn't having any symptoms and I was feeling good, relatively good. The fact that I was determined to change my body also gave me the motivation and helped me restart my workouts. And so I start new workout plan with bigger intensity. I wanted to get stronger, to feel in shape again, and not to look soft and weak. I wanted to look great. So the next step for me was to make a workout plan and work out with much heavier weight, decrease my rest time, and constantly trying to increase the intensity of the workout. I added some extra cardio sessions that were more like drills and not this steady state. And I did this consistently. So now, 10 years later, and I'm at the age of 57, I feel great. I don't have these issues anymore, and my nutrition and exercise are a staple of health and well-being. So if you're struggling to lose weight and you don't really like what you see in the mirror, please don't panic because you can transform your body as well. I'll put some helpful links in the description below if you want to go and check them out. My message here is there is hope at any age. You have just to make lifestyle changes. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you can relate to that, you can go watch another video that is especially made for women over the age of 40 that go through perimenopause and menopause. And I'll see you soon.